All right, we are live. Sorry for the delay. I have a little. John had technical difficulties, and then this little thing was causing a ruckus. So,
Yeah.
welcome,
Olive. Welcome, Olive, to the show, everybody.
Olive, Colton's teeny weenies from Iowa, now in Nashville. And as you can tell, she's very rowdy. And so this weekend went and drove way too many hours out to Iowa. Got to see Colton's garage gym and pick out this little cute one, bring it back.
Look at those eyebrows. She's got those like husky eyebrows.
Yeah, she has been chill, and now today she's been a menace. So
Was she pretty good on the drive from there?
She was fantastic on the drive.
Really?
So she pretty much slept the whole way. Took my oldest son with me to help keep track of everything while we were driving, but she pretty much slept 90% of the time. And so it was not bad, other than just 8+ hours of driving back home with the puppy. So yeah, Sarah, name is Olive. So there you go.
Had Colton already named her, or does he leave that blank?
No, they were calling her Little Spin until we came and picked her up. So,
Little Spin, I like that.
Yeah. So yeah, she is doing well, and trying to integrate her with the other two dogs in the house. So
yeah. What's the other two dogs you have?
We have a English bulldog who is, I guess, close to 8. Her name is Eva.
Okay.
And then we have a 2-year-old basset hound named Scout.
I like that wall. Well, I've never seen that wall.
This green wall?
Yeah.
This is my bedroom.
Well, John is live via his phone again, so his computer is acting up. Does not like StreamYard these days. So
I restarted and everything. I don't know what you guys want me to do. I don't know how it works for like 6 straight months and then randomly stops working.
Yeah, I don't know.
Mine did that at the games, John. I had 2 computers, luckily, because I was afraid it was going to happen. But my other computer did that at the game, so I just ditched it. It happens, dude. These computers.
Well, we'll have to get you all straightened away here soon. Hopefully that all works. Chelsea Miller, John, how's the eye feeling?
It's good. Everything's fine. I just got to wear these glasses for 2 weeks.
Over.
Yeah. Fergie show has not been watching Savon's show, but why is John Young wearing his mother's glasses? He had a little bit
it's
of
to hold the laser beams in.
Yeah.
So I don't know what this is. A lease car for Dow. These cars behind Tyler to make me get a new one.
These are my cousin's kids, so I guess technically my cousins. But my cousin is obsessed with baseball cards, and when I started making the cards for Wad Zombie, he like got all geeked out, and I was like, well, I'm not really a collector. I just like making these ones, the ones I'm making, and so He gave me his sons. So when we went to Spartanburg for quarterfinals, we went and watched them play baseball, and he gave me their cards that they got. So I had to put them up on the wall.
Nice. For those who are new, we got Tyler Watkins of Heat 1 there in the middle, and on the far right, John Young, JY Barbell, getting everybody strong. Tyler, how did Heat 1 go with quarterfinals?
Good, man. We beat the number of registrations for the Open, so that was a positive. Nice. We had more interaction on the app in those 3 or 4 days than we had during the entire Open. So that was dope too. I feel like, maybe you guys can speak to this, but I feel like that game is very different. Like the prop bets changed the entire thing.
Yeah, I know I didn't do well. Just being off by a little bit, you got hosed. Like you had to be perfect. And I'm surprised at the people that were at the top of the leaderboard. Like They're supposed
I
to just be
reached-
Hopper fans.
Richard, the guy who won, Canadian fella, him and I have been going back and forth the past couple of days, and he said I never would have thought in a million years I would have won, and I was like, it was really anybody's game. We're excited because we're probably going to put the prop bets in with shot collar, to kind of mix those things up, because there's some people who are really good at shot collar, but then the prop bets like that, that's anybody's game. And it kind of makes sense. Like you're picking, one or the other sort of situation. So we think they live well together. So it'll be good.
We got semifinals coming up. So hopefully more information on that here soon. We're
moving as fast as we can. Adam's programming like a madman, hot like a hurricane.
Nice. All right, let's get into it. Lots to talk about quarterfinals, because I know you guys have done the update show with Savon on Monday night, and
yes, ma'am, absolutely.
That is true. I think everybody has a good chance as anybody. All right, viewer comments. At the Has Chick, thanks for having Nistler on. 17 years ago, I wasn't allowed to run on the treadmill at 7.5 months prego at LA Fitness, despite my doc saying it was fine at 39 years old. We've come a long way. So we're just advancing,
Jeanette was telling me back in the day, they didn't let girls run marathons because they thought their uteruses would fall out. What?
You can't bounce up and down that much.
Yeah, it's not that secure.
Yeah. There you go.
It can hold a baby, but it can't run a marathon.
That's right. At Chris Deeming, my favorite part is Tyler and Spin low-key laughing at John's internet.
Thanks, guys.
At Ann Barron, when does John's Hot Like a Hurricane t-shirt come out?
Ooh, that's a good one. We should probably figure that out. Maybe for the games.
Travis,
yeah. Maybe I should.
Where is this?
Touch with Travis, and we can make one for the games.
That would be
the John Young
amazing
team jerseys, the Hurricanes.
Yeah, Hot Like a Hurricane. Ann would buy one for sure.
I don't know. What about I was thinking about like a Heat 1 shirt, like I'm smarter than John Young, or I beat
John Young.
Yeah, one of those.
We'd have to print too many. I'd go broke.
You could do a giveaway though. Whoever beats,
we could
kind of like beat Dave Castro.
We have
beat John Young.
I think only for shot collar. Okay, like
yeah,
the only
I'll give you that.
The only one that involves skill.
Okay. Yeah, you're really good at shot collar, and that's like the most analytical game. So I'll give you that one.
Yeah, Travis, I beat JY, and all I got was this T-shirt. Hopefully Travis, I'll catch up with him later. There we go. There he is. Travis, did someone say shirts? Yeah. We need to talk, Travis. All right. And at Wilfred L, US is strength, Europe is cardio, says John. He's right. To me, that's a cultural thing. Whether in Europe or in the US, kids grow up liking football. It's the most popular sport, isn't it? They want to mimic their idols. American football is strength, big, powerful guys. European football, which is actually played with one's feet and a ball. You US people call it soccer, is cardio, lean, skillful guys. There you go. Somebody agrees with John.
Yeah. I mean, and I would go further to say like sports like cycling and cross-country skiing and just cardio sports in general are more popular in Europe. Not just soccer, but I mean, obviously soccer. But soccer's pretty popular in South America, and they seem pretty strong too. So
there might be other reasons.
Does anyway.
But... all right. That was viewer comments again. Throw some comments down there, and we will catch and pick some of the favorite ones and read them off next week.
Wait, is she trying to say that she's Austin Hatfield's mom?
Are you Christy? If so, why is your last name Accord?
Well, welcome to the show. John Young's mom is also in the chat. Maybe you guys can.
Yeah, maybe you guys can get together.
Corey Leonard, I beat John Young by buying this T-shirt.
There you go.
Quarterfinals wrapped up. Before we get into a broken system, maybe, what were your guys' thoughts on this past week, watching all of the penalties come down, athlete scores getting nuked, some of them coming back? Tyler?
Okay.
Go ahead, John. Go ahead, John.
Real quick, Spin. Who is in before we start?
Yeah.
With whatever we're about to start. Who's in charge of the scoring? Who's like, or counting our reps and like deductions and penalties? Who is the head of that?
Dave
thing?
Eubanks.
I think Dave is in charge of, like, he's on top of everybody below that.
He's a
I
team
know
leader.
there's layers within it. So there is,
But like Germany in the olden days, there's people following orders and there's one Hitler. I'm asking you, who is the Hitler of the scoring, of counting people's reps and the penalties?
Why can't he be
CrossFit
like a
headquarters?
Teddy Roosevelt or like an Abraham Lincoln? It's got to be Hitler.
It can't be those people for a reason.
Yeah.
It can't be those people for a reason. Is that guy's name Dave Eubanks? Yes or no?
Yes.
no.
No.
Okay. Who? That's why I'm asking.
I don't know how much. I know Boz gets involved in some cases.
So he's Goebbels.
To reverse what Dave Eubanks has done.
I know Boz was at least involved in one situation. I don't know if he was any more. I think 99% of the things stop at Dave Eubanks. I'm sure.
So I'm saying, so what I'm hearing, you tell me if I'm wrong, because I don't know anything. This is just what I'm hearing. Is that Dave Eubanks is the guy in charge of the penalties, but Boz has the power to overturn Dave if he sees fit.
So Dave is the judicial branch of the federal, the U.S. government, and Boz
We're in Germany.
Biden.
What I'm trying to say is Dave Eubanks needs to be fired. I think that whoever is in charge, I think it's ridiculous what has happened this week. And I mean, the people, I think Hiller. That's funny because that was an honest mistake. I think Hiller sometimes goes too hard on this is a no rep, this is a good rep. I don't think he's wrong most of the time. I think he's absolutely right. But people are trying to work out fast. So, like, if it's an online competition, like, he can call reps out in live competition and be like, this judge needs to call this no rep. And he's absolutely right. But our sport is working out fast. If we're going to be this strict with the reps, I want us to go back and watch 2014, 2013, 2012. There would be not one. Rich Froning would be the only one who got credit for any rep at all, ever. Like, the amount of just, it's stupid. Like, I just feel like, what do we do? We're the sport is to work out fast. And I mean, if you're going to be that strict, you should at least say, hey, workout one, we're going to be really, really strict. Like, say that ahead of time.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, we're getting a caller.
We're getting a call.
Your dog's thought.
That ring because my dog's gonna have a heart attack.
What's going on?
Who we got here?
Who is this?
My name is Kevin.
Kevin. How are you doing, Kevin?
I don't believe
you. Pretty good. No, it's Kevin. That's for sure.
Okay.
No, I just wanted to ask. I was just hearing what you guys were saying about the penalties and stuff. To listen to what's his It's been a long day.
Are you all right, Dave? I mean, Kevin.
Dave.
I'm doing good. Sorry, I was working. No, I don't know if you guys just listened to Justin Medeiros' little clip there on his podcast today, but I listened to a little bit of it, and he brings up some good points just about how his coach calls him out for certain things, and basically not even letting one of his training partners, Trish, be able to even turn the box to the corner and just standing in front. I was just kind of wondering what you guys thought about maybe when it comes to like CrossFit sending out coaches or judges throughout the entire world to the different areas, judge quarterfinals in person, and if the athletes choose to maybe just go there instead and to be able to be judged by the CrossFit judges, so that once it's done and nobody has to watch a video. They can just be able to see what's going on there, and then that's it. It's all done for them. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah. Gonna let you go. We will answer that right now. John.
My response to that would be, I feel like the people who had judges got penalized the most.
Right.
Like
we had that as a solution, and it didn't work evidently.
the people that hired games level judges got penalized 20% of their workout. Where in Paige, I don't know who asked Paige Powers this, but I think it might have been who said, "Hey, if you just rode and snatched and then took 2 minutes of rest, do you think you could beat your score?" And she said, "Absolutely." I just feel like
the post review score is what you're saying,
right?
Yeah.
I just feel like it's at a ridiculous point. It's at a stupid point. If freaking Andrew Hiller can't judge somebody without getting penalized, then I think there's a problem. I just do.
Is it penalized or penalized?
Doesn't matter.
Depends on what side of the Mason-Dixon you're on.
Yeah, that's fair. The solution Kevin was talking about is total. I can't believe that we did it for the COVID games that one year. Like, I was like, they're going to send judges out to every corner of the earth to do this.
Right.
And they sure as shit did. Not replicatable. We can't do that again. This is such a multi-layered issue. Like, we made the judges course it's not even worth anything anymore. And then the judges that are pros it almost looked like it was purposeful that they
What do you mean by that?
Like, they went after those
vindictive
athletes. It looked vindictive that they went after the judges who were doing that, which doesn't make sense because I know that those judges are in well with HQ specifically, a couple specifically, but it just seemed odd.
But is the association
with
good
HQ?
With HQ?
I don't understand why they wouldn't be, because they're doing their job.
Well, I also wonder if there's some the PFA
bad blood somehow.
Like, you just think about the PFA and their
whole thing about is it going
to be too outside? Like, we don't want to be, that whole thing about how many events are going to be outside. Like, I don't think Dave would take kindly to that kind of stuff.
You're probably right.
And I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but if they're telling CrossFit, do this, do that, here's how you should be running your competition, I don't know if they would actively target it, because I think these penalties were definitely coming. The way it's structured is there's at least, they all, when they were asking for online judges, right, you could apply for it. Those are the people that are reviewing, and they're assigned to a region, right? So there's a couple people in each region. They review, I don't know how many videos of each, male and female. They recommend penalties. That goes to a team lead. That team lead filters those through. And then I think it goes to Eubanks to approve or deny those recommendations from the team lead.
I don't think he's looking at them, man. I think he just hits approve without looking at anything.
There's no way he can go through 410 of them in detail. No. My guess is he's looking at probably some of the major ones, right? Like, that probably really affect the leaderboard, probably Paige Powers, Nick Matthew, and that type of stuff. All right, hold on.
We finally have made it. Yes.
The unknown has found the spin. I appreciate you, the unknown. Anyone familiar with the 2019 sprint penalty, 10 seconds in a 30-second race, shouldn't be surprised by the level of stupidity in the deductions. CrossFit HQ is notorious for failures of logic, especially when numbers are involved.
I
wrote a
agree
whole
with
paper
you.
on this.
I agree with you that is I remember that Vellner stepped
That
on the
was
line, Brookwell stepped on the
dumb.
line, and basically they're out. Rich stepped on the line, somebody pointed it out, and then Rich blocked him. And since it's Rich freaking Froning, we have to ignore that he stepped on the line.
But who? Do you guys know the news on that? So
Yeah.
I was the one that called out Rich on that 5 years ago.
You piece of
He's
shit.
the one that blocked me. Guess who just unblocked me like a month
Rich
ago?
Froning.
Rich Froning.
He's grown.
And I just brought it back.
He's
Feel free to
and
block
now
him again,
I'm probably gonna
Rich.
check it here and it's going to be blocked again. Yeah, that was definitely in 2019 an odd one.
yeah.
Like again, that was a very harsh penalty for something like that, stepping on the line. But I mean, other sports, you touch an inch or a blade of grass out of bounds, and you turn the ball over, right? Like that could be as big of a play as anything. And
Right.
I don't mind it as much at the games.
Yeah, I mean that was always they've always had those types of rules though, like either handstand walking within your lane, or if you do a barbell, you have to keep it in between these two lines. And you'll see some judges that follow it, and then you'll see some judges that are like, it's okay. Like I get it. Like you're trying to do your best, but you stepped on the line, just move back. The consistency is the hard part. And then when you do it online like this, it gets really tough.
Can I make one more point about the quarterfinals where I think it was kind of trash?
You keep going.
It's
box of Fire Dave Eubanks.
It's not even okay. It's not even that. Like maybe I'm biased about we're being way too hard on the reps. Okay, if you want to be that strict, that's fine. But then you can't deduct a girl like Paige Powers and make her 700th place unless you look at the 700 videos in front of her, because I guarantee, I think Hepner made this point, and I agree with it 100%. There are 500 people of those 700 in front of her now. I bet you all looked worse than her. Her step ups. 100% Jeanette. I'm Team Watkins. Anyway.
I don't know if I completely agree with that. I'll get to that in a second. Go ahead.
You have to look at all of the videos that you're going to deduct somebody below if you're going to make that big of a deduction, because then we're on an unfair playing field, and everybody should be looked at the same rate if you're going to deduct somebody that much.
I'd be willing to venture to guess Paige doesn't care that she was docked if she knew that everyone in front of her would have gotten the same treatment.
100%. And I think it's fine to be that strict if you're going to do that.
Right.
Jeremy World, move to the standard, no penalties. I mean, the only thing I will say to that, John, is it's also like with the deadlifts in the open. We ask these athletes to move so freaking fast, right? Like, when you're doing the deadlifts and you have to get 10 reps or 10 rounds during the open, you have to move the deadlift fast, right? You can't just kind of go at a slow pace. Obviously, some people were better at holding the standard and standing up straight. A lot of people did not, because they wanted to save those split seconds. Same thing with the box step up. If you don't have the requisite strength to go get 20 reps easily, you're standing on the top of the box to get a pause, right? Like you can't go that fast. So you're slowing down. And my guess is there's a lot of people that are just better than, or have a few more reps than Paige's adjusted score, and they are moving slower and standing up totally straight. Like, so I don't know if like all of them would be, but I'm sure there are definitely people that are in the 80th, 100th spot that
like 5 out of 7.
Right. It's a very specific fraction. Yeah, I've gone back and forth on my thoughts on it. I don't think I agree with you can't put movements in that are too tough to judge, right? Because there's a lot of movements that are tough to judge. I I mean, I would argue ring muscle ups are tough to judge based on where the camera angle is and whether or not they're pushing, they're actually locking out, above the rings or behind the rings.
No, Colton, but the answer is you don't dock somebody 700 spots. Every single step up she did was not bad.
There's a bit of discretion involved here. It is page powers. We're not saying play favoritism, but it's like, hey, if you do some math wrong and you think the number is going to be around 2,000 and you're off by 1,500, you're like, well, okay, maybe I should adjust here or think about this again.
But what if advancing it, like if you're in that position to advance and you don't follow the standards, like, do we need to go down that far?
No,
or does it look like if you're in the top, if you put a top 80 score in your region in, and 40 end up putting in bad scores because they get no repped, and we just move those next 40 in, like that's probably good enough, right? Like part of it is you put in a good score. If you fail to put in a good score because you don't move properly, you're out. Like do it right or get out.
Right.
We'll backfill you with number 41 and we're good enough.
Well, that's where this gets complicated too, because it's like the head thing. That was a stupid standard. Like the head does not matter in that equation. That should not have been written that way. And thus people got no rep that probably shouldn't have gotten no rep. I know that for sure.
Yeah. And I don't know how blown out of proportion that was. I know like you had somebody tell you that. But I also have heard I don't know if I've ever heard anybody else say that.
That's true. I haven't heard anybody else say it, but
I've heard 3 people, but the trail leg is the majority.
Yeah. Or not standing up tall. Tristan Patrick, they will never look at that many people. So if that's the case, then the whole system is busted.
That's my point.
Agreed. I think we all agree about that. And so like to Nick's thing, we need actual solutions if we're only going to complain.
That's what we're going to, that's the next.
Thank you, Nick.
That's the next thing. Is it broken or not?
Broken science.
Yeah. All right. Broken system.
System.
Is it actually broken?
Yeah. It's not designed properly. I wouldn't say it's broken. It was just never designed well.
Going more further in depth.
Yeah.
It's like it was set up to fail from the beginning. This was never scalable. To be able to do this the way it should be done, it was never scalable.
We talk about it like go back to regionals days. Get rid of quarterfinals, just go to open and then straight to semifinals or straight to the regionals. Does that really change anything? Like we still have hundreds of thousands of people doing this. Like 2018 actually had more people in the open.
Right.
So getting rid of quarterfinals, I don't think is a solution. Tell me if I'm wrong.
No online portion besides the open, which I think this makes a case for why the open is sort of a thing of the past. Besides the open, I think anything online probably needs to be abolished.
So how do you populate a regionals or semifinals system?
I think you could do quarterfinals, but just divide everybody that made quarterfinals into 20 to 30 different small live competitions.
That's my solution is essentially we do a hybrid of like the regional system. I think the first thing it necessitates is our season's too short. So I think follow me for a minute. I think we moved the open to like mid-November, somewhere around there.
That failed in 2019.
All right, I'll follow you, but I'm already out.
I've already said the open's kind of ridiculous anyway, so I'm okay with dropping the open completely. But that gets you into the season. You qualify top 25%, top 10%, whatever we set the line. That gets you into the season, and then I don't want to get started on that. So then we move into kind of what John's saying, like a regional system. so you can compete in events that are sort of in your region. So like, let's go back to the Central East, Kentucky, Tennessee, Ohio, Indiana. I think there were a couple other states in there, but that sort of region. And you can, if you win, you get points, and you do like 2 or 3 of these events. And then if you qualify high enough, then you can go to regionals or semifinals, what we would call semifinals now. You qualify for that. And then we can go on about with the rest of our season. This does 2 things. Number 1, you don't have to travel that far. Number 2, you can stay inside your region, but then you can do the same thing with teams. You have more community engagement. It solves the problem of judging because you can have judges locally and in person. And then CrossFit can license these events out. And then people can charge a premium because they are a licensed CrossFit event and it's part of the season. So similar to what we saw in sanctionals, this is nothing new. It's just putting a regional spin on it.
And it's that's not the point, Will. You're not trying to have a whole, it doesn't matter how many, this is just to qualify people to semifinals. They're not streamed, they're not live streamed. This is the quarterfinal. Regular people are going to be in this quarterfinal or in these competitions, just like, but there's going to be a big names there too, like 2 or 3 big names there too.
Yeah.
And then if you're in the top 100 in the open, you can pick which competition you want to go to. And I'm not saying like do a whole bunch of fitness competitions that aren't there already. I'm like, you could use the fittest experience. You could use Crash. You could use like fittest of the coast. There's already a whole bunch out there that you could, that's what you use those competitions. And then people pay $50 to do it. Like it's not, I don't think it would take this money that we don't have.
From the streaming portion of it, I think it's as simple as, Spin's got some guy out there that he knows, and he's like, hey, how'd they do? And send me a video or 2, and then we can talk about it on the Spin each week, and everybody will do that. And you'll have a bunch of these competitions, so you get titrated a little bit of the sport all the time. Hey, here's a highlight, so-and-so clean 330 pounds. But you get that every week. And then as far as the money goes, it's like if they're licensed, they can charge a premium. I would pay $200 to know that if I got top 10 or something in that competition, it scored me points so that maybe I could go to another competition and score more points.
How many competitions are you saying you have to go to be like, to be in the hunt for, like, if I'm Tia Claire Toomey and I win the first one, do I automatically make it to semifinals? Like,
yeah, I think if you win, you go.
Yeah, maybe something like that. Like it's a graduated point system. I don't know. I fucking made this up in the middle of the day today, but it's like you could do it like that. Sure.
I'm fine with the point system, but I would almost think it'd be more simple just to be like the top 3 of each competition go to semifinals.
How long do we need to stand something up like this though?
I mean, so November, you'd have December, January, February, March, April.
Would it be available for 25? Like, is that something you could do that fast, or is this something that's like you got planned for 2 or 3 years ahead?
Are already there.
Yeah, you guys say, hey guys, let's license and go.
It would be like 3 months of it.
I don't know, guys. Like,
why?
You have to coordinate.
Just don't know because it's different.
No, if I
can't believe John Young is saying this right now.
If I could set up a full season structure, I'm totally on board with you guys of having some way of getting points throughout the year and having that be a qualifier into the system. I don't think that's something we could do in 2 years.
I think you're very wrong.
What's holding it back?
Let's break down the
CrossFit small team to coordinate having that many competitions across
that have coordinate. They're already there.
That's what I'm saying. They relinquish. They only license it, and they have
don't plan the events. They don't do anything.
That's going back worse than sanctionals.
We're going back there anyway.
Yeah, but there needed to be some oversight with that. Like some of that.
I don't disagree. I think that Boz or somebody should be like, okay, no, you're way out in the weeds on this programming. Like they should have some sort of control on that. But what you do is you have like the North America East has a regional manager or whatever, and then they cut up North America East into 4 or 5 regions, and each one of those has their own guy, and it feeds up just like the freaking United States does.
See, I agree with CrossFit. Rebuilding a plane after takeoff if we do it in a year.
Yeah, well, we built a shitty plane to begin with. We rebuild it every fucking year. Sorry.
I did not know that we were going to be going this direction when I asked this question. Yeah.
Hey, and I want to respond to like Travis and Colton real quick. They're saying people are just going to cheat the standard at a live competition and get away with it because the judges aren't, what CrossFit Games judges. That will come out in semifinals, and you're not going to be top 3 in 3 different competitions if you move like trash. And then if you do, it will come out in semifinals. People used to cheat to get to regionals online, and they made it, and then they were 40th in regionals. But I personally think that's a better system than hoping to God Dave Eubanks doesn't like you. Like, you know what I mean? Or you have this penalized thing that nobody knows. I don't know. I don't like what it is now.
That's my thing with what Will said. This would be a disaster, and this isn't. Like what's happening now is not a disaster. It feels like we've been scraping the bottom for 4 years. We're continually second guessing ourselves. I would really like to have a sport that goes a whole year without a hiccup. It would be amazing.
If we had 3 or 4, 5 major penalties, right, that only called out the most egregious, terrible movements, and that was it. Not 410 scoring adjustments, not all this issues. Would you be okay with the season? Is it? Yeah, is it all this whole system been tarnished because of the video review process?
But yes, and I'm fine with it if that was the way, if that's what happened, Spin. But I said that in the beginning, y'all didn't like that.
But that's under the assumption that I want to know the athletes are moving well.
I think all videos should be public.
That is an easy solution. Now I don't know what happens. What are the second and third tier events that happen when we open that floodgate? I don't know, but it has to be better than what we're doing.
Travis, I'm going to put it up. If you guys call in, you get 30 seconds. Ask your question. I'm going to hang up on you.
Say your piece.
And then we will respond and move forward.
I feel bad. I feel like I've totally
extra sloppy. If you can't tell if someone is standing on a box, how can you tell if they're standing at the top of a squat? Is the box magic or something?
This is Sloppy's box.
Yeah. So if you can't tell if somebody's standing on a box, how can you tell if they're standing at the top of a squat?
Oh,
I think his point is
he's shooting holes. He's shooting holes.
Like it doesn't matter if it's a box and you're standing at the top of a box or a squat. Like it doesn't matter. Like everybody calling for box step overs because it'd be easier to judge. Like that would basically be like
the purpose of the workout.
Right.
They wanted a squat. They wanted a squat-like feel, and the box step-ups created that. It shot your quads up. Step overs would be different.
Mm-hmm.
And you wouldn't be able to do as many reps. The row would count even more.
Yeah, I don't want to outlaw like step ups. When that was the solution, I was like, yeah, but then we're just kind of skipping around the issue.
So
I agree.
Look, long term, if we get to something that's more in person, great. Oh, here we go. Let's try this.
Hello?
Caller, hello.
What you want, Travis?
How's it going?
Hey, congrats at
Tristan, not Travis.
Who is this?
Who is this?
So, Tristan Patrick.
Oh,
Tristan?
You snuck in.
You guys. I did. I had my phone ready when he said he was putting up the number.
Suck it, Travis.
All right, what's up, Tristan?
So I don't want to take a bunch of time, but I do think a system would work. It would require a complete major overhaul of what we do the sport as. But if you did it, you would have more opportunity to compete, more money for the athletes, more media for the athletes, but everything would end up being unified. And I think that's the biggest issue, is because CrossFit would have to be the unifying body and oversee all these other competitions.
What's the system?
I think
you make a point system. You make a point system where you get a certain number of points for competitions, and the competitions have a different amount of points available based on the scope of their programming and the competitive field that kind of makes it there. So you have to qualify to go, but like Wadapalooza would be worth more than TFX because they have swimming, right? It's a bigger event. It's got more people, things like that. You create a point threshold that if you get enough.
No. I was trying to.
Peter,
somebody else
did Peter come in the back end, start cutting people off?
I cut him off.
Cut him off at 30 seconds.
Hey, thank you, Tristan.
Tristan,
I
apologize.
agree wholeheartedly, Tristan. I think we can set up a PGA-like system like golf to qualify to the games.
Thank you for your participation.
Yeah. Oh, Pedro's in the back.
Whoops.
Just
Sorry.
turning people off. Look, first of all, I loved the sanctional system. I thought the sanctionals was great from a standpoint of covering the sport, growing the sport internationally.
The season was too stressful.
There was a lot of complications. Like, you have to spend more time getting it right.
Yes, and I've never said that sanctionals was run correctly. I think it was the right direction, but it was implemented poorly.
Right.
But with the point system, it would be more obvious. You're not going to have the Norwegian championship winner getting in the games for free, and the person who did row, the 11th place person, got that game slot. You're not going to have that with the point system.
Yeah. I just don't think we are, unfortunately, at a spot where we can actually do that. Man, look at this.
Better be Travis. If one of you other suckers snuck in.
Caller, hello.
What's dinging?
Who we got here?
Spin. It's Travis.
There we go.
Thank God.
So, okay, I'll be very quick. This is what I'm saying. If we're saying the system is broken, you guys are saying that people are being penalized who weren't deserving of being penalized. All I'll ask is pull up one full video of an athlete's workout one that shows all good reps and they were penalized. If you can't, then the system isn't broken. It's actually working as intended, and the cheaters got caught.
Do you think Patrick Vellner is a cheater?
Yeah, don't think so. What's that?
Do you think Patrick Vellner is a cheater?
Were his reps in that? No, I'm not saying he as a person is a cheater, but his reps in that workout.
I think he as a person is a cheater.
Anything to win this year.
His video's public.
Travis, are you Canadian?
Yeah. So, yeah, you know I'm Canadian.
I didn't know you're Canadian.
Okay.
I don't know you.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you did. Well, I think most people would say that Vellner's reps in there were bad. A lot of them.
I agree with you, Travis. But do you think every single one of them was bad?
I don't know, because I haven't seen any full video that indicated otherwise. So all I can do is trust CrossFit that their judgments were right. Like I'm saying, just show me one video. There was hundreds of people penalized. Surely there's one video out there where someone can say, here's my video. And look at, I was undeserving of a penalty.
I think Pat and Luis Oscar Moore were the only two that I know of that we've seen
that would release it.
An entire video that was
right. Exactly.
Out there.
If I were an athlete, and instead of posting a black and white photo where I was, crying and trying to say the CrossFit's being unfair and communicating poorly, I just post up my unedited video and say, you tell me, and vindicate yourself. Would that not make sense? And the fact that we've seen no one do that.
You're 100% right, Travis. I agree wholeheartedly with that point.
Oh.
I just think that they were way, way too harsh with their penalties, and it's Paige Powers is the best example, but I have not seen her video. Maybe every single step up she did.
To push back slightly, I think most people don't want, like, anytime I have to deal with something like that, I'm like, damn it, like, this is going to take a ton of time. Like, it's a ton of emotional energy. It's a fight that you don't really want to fight. You probably should, because it's kind of your job, but I can kind of get behind people being like, I don't want to fight against CrossFit.
No, I think they're scared that their reps were bad. Don't post a video. If I felt like I was wronged, I would post my video. 100%.
Probably.
I just think it was way too many.
Right.
For a little tangent, I was kind of proud of my collage up there with the athlete reactions this morning. I was kind of happy.
It is
about
very
that.
good.
Travis is also biased because this was his greatest quarterfinals performance of all time, and he wants the penalties to stick, so he might have a chance next year.
I don't think it works that way.
He forgot to put that into his point, but that's where it's coming from.
So, without going into a system that I would say ultimately is the best place to get to, and that is live competitions, where I think we are still years away from that. I think Tristan brought it up. Like, you have to have some type of governing body over all of this, right? Like, and we're just not there yet. Oh man, look at this.
All right, hey, we're gonna have to shut the line down.
Caller, hello.
Hi, this is Jackie. I have two things.
Go for it.
Get it, Jackie.
So the first thing is, if you're going to keep the system the same, there should be a rubric for penalties and have that published to everyone so that they know, okay, I missed whatever, I'm going to get XYZ off. And then if we're going to do the PGA system, like mentioned earlier, we should separate the professionals from the affiliate members, and those people will do it based on the worldwide ranking. And that season be from November to April, and then it would go to semis and games.
Thank you, Jackie.
Thank you for
confirming
my idea.
I don't have a problem. I like the top 100 ranking if it's based on real-time performance and not like years previous.
Our current DeHaan method. You don't like
right.
that?
I think there's a way to do it on a 2-year look back. But I mean, if you think about the PGA Tour, it's a 2-year look back
thing. Yeah.
But it, like, an event, that a competition tournament that you did well and scored points in 2 years ago is worth like 0.5%. Like, it rolls off over the 104 months. And so only the last 6 months is like 100% of the value of that. And then it kind of trails off over that remaining time. So it's biased. It's weighted towards your most recent competitions. The hard part about it is we don't do enough competitions. Like, PGA Tour is competing 15 plus times a year. To kind of average that out, we're at best going to have these athletes compete, I don't know, 4 or 5 times in a year if you had some type of season structure. One of those being the games.
I mean, we're just doing ifs and making up crazy stuff, but it's like, I think if we move to the system that I sort of set forth, the competitions are much smaller, like maybe a day competition or something less stressful. Because I do agree, like, if you move to a longer season, that was the problem with sanctionals, was athletes were like, I just can't sustain this.
Yeah, they were competing 6 times. It was crazy. Until we get to that point, I have a couple ideas. First, you have to denote when you're signing up that you want to be able to advance to semifinals. So, there's a little checkbox. You're going to say that I want to be considered to move in. It's an extra $20 or whatever it is, or $50 to pay to play, right? Like, so all of us, I could sign up for quarterfinals, pay $50. John, who wants to be trying to get to semifinals, could pay the $100. You pay that money. You have to submit a video when you do it. Right. So, like, when you submit your score, a video has to be out there. All those videos are public when the leaderboard is published. But when you submit your score, you have the option to pay an extra $10, have your video reviewed within a certain amount of time after you submit it, if you want to have it checked in real time. Because the problem is the window is closed when that video is when it's being reviewed. You have no chance to go fix it. So you pay an extra $10. Now you get your video reviewed within 24 hours, and you can come back and make it up if you have to.
I don't hate this. I was being a bit sneaky in that there are other parts of the season because of quarterfinals that I don't like, which is like we have no idea what happens for essentially 4 days. We don't see any athletes besides Taylor, Jason, and Colton and Dallin. But this is a good solution. I can get behind this.
All right, one more call, and then we're gonna
cut. Y'all gotta go to bed.
But this is a good solution. I can get behind this.
Caller,
right,
make sure you mute your
radio.
Yeah. Go ahead, caller.
Hey guys, my name is Dan. I'm just kind of new to CrossFit. Just started working out with it's a local affiliate last August, about a week before my 60th birthday. But anyway, it seems to me, obviously the current judging system just has to go, because if you're going to charge a bunch of people to take a course to become a certified judge, and tell them, oh, by the way, we don't trust you, we're going to review it and second guess you from a video review, then the whole thing is worthless. What's the point? So either train your judges and trust them, or trash that whole system, because this is crazy. I know if I go into a becoming a judge and they did this, I'm like, no, screw you, I'm out of there. I'm not wasting my time with that anymore.
Agreed.
Thank you, Dan.
Yeah, Dan, that's called the old HQ ripoff, because they want your money.
Yeah, I did think it was interesting because, and I didn't take the judges course, but
thank you.
I like Dan too. I agree.
I like Dan.
You just said.
It was
multiple people say that the judges course said one thing, and they would go back to it and say, well, the judges course says you have to do this or do X, but the rules say Y. So obviously the judges course is what you should follow. I think it was the box step up, right? Like you should stand, like you should face the edge of the box, not the corner. Like, so yeah, I'm kind of in line with John. Like it's a rip off. Like they're not, it's just kind of like,
it was a waste. It was just a cash grab.
Yeah.
I think when Dave, that moment scared me a little when Dave was like, how did he say it? Like, is this the best, or should we do this going forward? And he was like,
no.
I think no. That was the most defeated I think I've ever seen Dave. And I think that's exactly what he was talking about, which is like, we have these judges we're not utilizing. Our certification is a scam, essentially, for the judges course.
Right.
Like, what are we doing? And so, it was an embarrassment.
And I somewhat agree with John. Like, I think the video process turned into, we're going to nail every single person. Like when you start seeing rep adjustments of 1 or 2 reps, that's not the point of this, right? Like look for the major stuff and penalize there. If you're going to say, well, your score was 206, I saw you had 1 bad rep, 205. Like that's a waste.
Yeah.
The caller is closed.
I thought you were going to let one more in.
No, I said it. Next week, we will have the
you get priority caller. Next week, call in first.
Next, whoever that was.
I don't know who you are, but if you next week,
definitely have the system to make sure that you get the first priority.
100%.
Peter's back there filtering calls.
This conversation, and all the conversations that are being had about it are kind of pointless, because they're just going to change it next year.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure they're listening. I'm sure Dave is listening.
Well,
yeah.
I'm just saying the way he answered that, it just feels like whatever they're going to do, it's going to be different next year. So we're just going to sit and wait to see how they screw that up, and then we'll say what we said again, and then we'll see what happens.
We'll keep it Groundhog Day every year.
Yeah, Halpin. I don't know if I could find it quick enough, but Halpin did post it in his stories about Josh Bridges' penalty, and it basically the whole point was like they're there to find like the most egregious cheating. They're not there to go nitpick everything, and at some point that, and my guess is it's probably like what Bosman has talked about with the floor plans, like COVID necessitated you have the most scrutiny on it. On the video process, right? And it's gotten more and more like we got to be perfect. We got to, nail everybody. And it's like, what do we do this year? We ratcheted back the floor plan. So do they do that next year and they figure out a better way or a better way to show capacity? You like that, Will?
Capacity.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, there's obviously changes coming. I don't know what that means.
Knocked out. What is this? Dog day?
It is. It is.
I got cats. I'm screwed. COVID was dumb.
It was.
It's the dumbest disease.
I definitely think changes need to be made. I don't know. Again, in person would be great. I just don't think we can do it fast enough to do that. So
keep 5, cut 5.
It is.
Tyler's ready to move on.
All right. Keep 5, cut 5. So we're going to move on to a get away from blind rankings for a week, and we'll go back to a new segment. I think we did it once, right, before?
Yeah, we've done it once.
So let me pull this up.
Excited. I've already forgotten how to play this again.
Oh, I got it. We're good. We got to keep 5, then we got to cut 5.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
All right. So keep 5, cut 5.
Can you explain?
For our new viewers.
This one, I'm trying to figure out. No, it's not a bitch. We're just going to go with it.
I think we should just keep 5 guys and cut 5 girls.
So this one, you have 10 options. You're going to keep 5 and you're going to cut 5. The format is if you were building a team.
Building a team.
A team of what?
For the CrossFit Games. Or a 6-person team.
I feel like the 5 guys would beat the 5 girls.
No. you have to pick. So you guys are guys. So you're one of the guys on the team. You got to pick 2 other guys and 3 other women to be on your team.
Oh, only 2 dudes. We're
because you're one of them.
Oh, we're 6-person team.
You're the captain.
Okay. Oh, this is different. Me and Tyler are very different people.
Instead of keeping cut, we should just do John and Tyler to draft our team.
Nope.
Okay.
I like that idea. Like this, and we'll let the public decide whose team is better.
Whose team's better? But okay, so the game is we got to keep and cut, and John and I are creating the team. But we're both on the team.
You guys are the captain, the joint captain. So you're.
So are we one player?
You're one
John.
player.
Okay, can you tell us what attributes we have of each other? If we're one person,
mostly yours.
Do we?
It is both of you guys that are non-semifinals level athletes who have to build a team.
Hey, stop it.
With me and you put together, we would get about exactly where we got in quarterfinals this year.
Heidi Kroom, keep 5, cut 5 is what HQ plays with their staff.
We're gonna use Tyler for wall ball. Oh, that was mean.
Oh man.
Okay. All right.
So you're building a team, 6-person team. You're one of the athletes and the team captain. Who are you going to fill the roster with?
Personally think so. I think we should do the women first because we'll pick 3 women and then we can decide on the guys together.
I like this comment. I'll nominate myself as team manager.
That is true. Yeah, if we truly wanted to make the best team, we would just cut ourselves.
Shut up, John. You're going to get to be on the team, you asshole. All right. Okay, so we got to keep John. Cutting Tyler.
No, we're one person.
You're one person. That's why it makes it more difficult.
Okay, fine. I'm killing myself so that we have
Are we
better
allowed
abilities.
To cut ourselves?
No. You see, there's only 4 guys, so half of them get cut, half of them get kept.
Okay, so
we're really getting hung up on this one.
Let's do the women first.
Okay.
So I think Tia and Laura are obvious.
Okay, so we have one lady we need to pick now.
So who are you? Who are you keeping?
Emma's probably the fittest. Alex has more home run ability out of everybody. Ariel doesn't have any holes, but no home runs. Unless Elizabeth Elevated shows parallel dips.
You're making a classic mistake here.
And then Raptors has handstand push-up home run.
you're picking all superstars. You already got 2. You can only have
I just
one
said
Jordan.
all of them.
Yeah,
I'm
I know.
giving the pros and cons to all of them.
Okay, yeah, but you're leaning towards Lawson. I heard it in your voice.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I think we need I think the third person should be somebody that can do stuff that other people can't. I would pick Alex Kazan as the third person.
I don't hate that. I think she would also bring, this is ridiculous, but
Good
I think
spirit.
Spirit. I think she would tie the team together a little better.
Because
her
and Laura are just
aerial,
avoiding each other.
Yeah, she's younger than the other 2 too, so they'll kind of like group together on that. I like this team. Alex Kazan.
Yeah, I'm with it on Alex Kazan.
The other one I would choose is probably Ariel, but
so you're saying Tia? Are you saying Tia and Laura on the team?
Tia, Laura, and Alex.
Do you think Tia and Laura have the chemistry to compete on the same team?
It wouldn't matter. They're just
that's what
better.
We just put Alex in between them. They
never
talk. I honestly, this is an anecdote for a team that will never exist. But when we were at the games this year during the clean or some heavy lift or something, I looked up and Tia was in her booth and Laura was lifting, and Tia was like cheering her on. And like when she made the lift, she was like, wow. So I think they are supportive professionally.
Take that, spin.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
What?
You think
so that's your team?
Yeah.
Now the guys?
I kind of want to put Sevon on our team.
That's not an option.
Like,
Sevon?
Yeah.
You want to lose?
Laura?
Oh,
to see that chemistry.
Yeah, we just immediate chemistry.
All right, I would say since we're already talking about chemistry,
Jeff and Roman.
Jeff and Roman. Yeah. I'm on the train. Yeah, I was with you. I was with you all the way on that.
The whole time, we're us as coaches. Shut up. You two shut up.
Yeah. Shut up in Russian.
Yeah.
I think we go Jeff and Roman. And listen, I don't even care if we win. I'm just here for the show.
I think I would. But the third dude is us/you.
Tyler, don't sell yourself short. There's wall balls and burpees. Dude, you're the man.
Listen, somebody's got to make sure there's high quality H2O, and
okay.
I want to make an argument for like Ricky, and I feel like him and Pat.
Ricky and Pat got the same dynamic a little bit.
Don't they butt heads? Or am I making that up?
No, that's my point. Because Ricky was third when he popped.
2017
was fourth.
Oh yeah. But I don't know. I like the mystique of Ricky and Roman on a team together.
They like each other.
They get along.
They like each other.
They get along real well. I want to see fights.
You
on your team?
Yeah, like
you are not a good team captain.
John's going for a Fab Five situation.
Yeah, 100%. Any team that has this combination of people, like it just doesn't matter. Okay. I
feel like Laura's going to get along,
but I would love it if this team lost. If it was me, Roman, Jeff, Laura, Tia, and Alex, and we lost, I'm going to be like, I pulled my weight. I did everything I could. Y'all are the ones who are supposed to lead the way.
You all didn't drag
him up for failure. Enough.
Yeah,
this is
I did my one clean that I had to do. Now I'm done. That's what I did.
I was in the clean event. I don't. You all knew the assignment.
Yeah. This loss does not fall on me. You guys. I'm good with either Pat and Ricky or Roman and Jeff, but I feel like it has to be a combo. If you pick Ricky and Roman, I think we're going for team chemistry and everybody loves each other except Laura. She loves
but isn't Ricky supposed to win the games this year?
He is. I just want drama. I want to see what happens.
Ricky's an underdog.
Behind the scenes on this team, are you kidding me?
Dude, I would want a camera. I would want a camera on Alex and her just looking like Halpert, Jim Halpert from The Office, just like
Yeah, but here's
Just
the thing.
whole
Here's the thing. I will be Alex's Pam, being right there with her. Like, I see what's going on. Me and Alex will get along great. Now, listen, her ability is far greater than mine. But me and her will be on the sidelines just watching the drama of the other four.
See,
I
this
just
is
want drama.
I don't care. I think all iterations of this team at this point are
I will
good
let
ones.
you pick between those two options. That's where I'm going to stand.
I'm going to pick one athlete, and then you pick the other. And I want Ricky.
Well, then I'm going to go Pat.
There we go.
To watch them not talking to each other.
See that? Egalitarian. That was solved well.
There you
This
go.
is a good team right here.
Yeah, actually, though, I feel like Pat is like a good enough leader. Like, he would just kind of eat his, like,
He just pride a little bit.
yeah, and
eat
like
his feelings.
he'd be like, you know, Ricky's a good guy. Like, he made a mistake. Like, I feel like he would just, you know, for the sake of the team, like Pat would want to win. Where Roman and Jeff, I think, would just both go their own way.
Yeah.
And Jeff would be like, look, I'm fitter. And Roman would be like, I'm fitter. And
You
Pat
get at
would be
least
like,
a day
let's win
there.
as a team.
You get at least a day of Pat being like, I don't know if I want to be on a team with this asshole.
Here's
So
the thing,
if
though.
you have-
Here's
if you
the
have-
thing, though. We're on the team, right? Like, Pat's not a good runner. You know what I mean? Like, and we're
True.
not good runners. That's
Right.
two not good runners.
That's true.
Yeah. Well, he won't have time to be mad at Ricky. Ricky's going to be gone.
You know, Jeff and Roman, at least they could run two with only one bad runner. Like, we have a bad event with our current team. Our current team, there's one bad event.
Your first event at the games, you guys take last place.
Two bad events. Handstand push-ups. That's taking the whole team out right there.
No, that's where we come in. We're good. We're good.
That's true.
We pick
That's
up the
true.
slack on that.
Anyway, this is a good team.
Good.
I feel good about this.
So you're
Listen,
we talked
we're
about
bad-
a lot
we're
about we
bad
talked about this
swimmers,
in
too.
at Wadapalooza, right? Tier Wadapalooza about the team chemistry and dynamics.
Oh, yeah.
You guys were more, and I think John got mad at us because we kept picking the individual teams, the teams with the best individual athletes.
And I picked
It
the
never
team
works,
best
dude.
chemistry.
Yeah,
Well,
Look at-
listen, if I'm trying to win, the team chemistry is really, really important. But when you pick 5 of the 10 fittest people in the world, it's fine, man.
It ain't going to work,
fireworks.
dude. Look at who was
No, I
on
don't care if
Rich's
it works.
team all the
I'm saying I don't
time.
care if it works. I just want to see
Oh.
what happens.
You just want to see what eight
Yeah.
killers do together, or 4,
Yeah.
6 killers do together.
Yeah.
that would be cool to see a team like this. Maybe
And
minus
so-
you guys and throw somebody else in there.
Mine.
guys.
If this was the team, like truly, if this was a real team and like I put my analytical brain on it and see what happened, like this is what I would say. I'm like, look, this team should win, but if they
Probably
don't,
not.
I'm gonna go with this team. Like this team should win and be better than everybody, bar none. But if they can't get their team chemistry together, then I'm gonna rock with this team. I pick them for second, but they might be a dark horse to win. That's what I would say. I sugarcoat it, right? And then I would definitely say, you know, whoever we are, right? Because we're a person. I'm not gonna comment on myself, but I'm gonna be like, I don't blame that guy because he's just lucky to be there.
I like
There you
this.
go.
Yep.
Sarah Cooper, blind rankings is better.
No, this was fun. I like blind rankings, but
Blind rankings, like you just don't know what's coming.
right. We were on this. We were we were part of the team.
It was
Part
it
of the
was
crew,
full
part
on
of the shit.
analysis.
We are part of
Go
the
on.
team.
Yeah.
Missed opportunity to do blind rankings.
Ooh, that's a good
Man.
one, Bill. That's a good one.
Do I insist that we just bring him in for that one segment?
Take my glasses off.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Keep 5, cut 5, team edition. And that takes
Very
us
good, John.
to
Or spin.
I'm with it.
Bettin with the boys.
I like how I haven't made any of these this week.
Well, good news is I took care of you. So, looking ahead at semifinals, it's a either or. Who is going to do better in some of these semifinals?
John,
Nope.
move your hand away from the mic or the speaker.
Speaker, yeah.
Better.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. First one, we're going to North America East. Who finishes better Emma Lawson or Alexis Raptis. If you looked at the leaderboards in the quarterfinals, Emma had the top score. She was ranked first in the world. And then Alexis won the North America East semifinal. Not who's going to win it, because I think Tia is going to run away with it. But who finishes better, Emma Lawson or Alexis Raptis?
Go, John.
Emma Lawson. It's not going to be close. Go ahead and pick Alexis, Tyler.
Why do you say that? I might pick Lawson.
You're not going to.
Fuck you guys. Alexis Raptis, and I believe in her.
You still think Travis Mary's going to get top 5?
Yes, dude. It's happening. The wave, the one, it's coming.
Do you really think so, or are you just kind of like you're gonna ride the train?
I feel I've been reading tea leaves, dude. It's happening.
He'll change his answer when we actually have to make the picks.
I'd pray about it rather than reading tea leaves. You got a better shot praying about it.
The spin media poll, I'm sure Tyler doesn't even have him in the top 5. We'll see. Coming out next week.
He didn't last time.
He's peaking, dude. He's coming.
He's peaking.
I'm with John on this one. Emma Lawson, all the way. She'll be an easy second place in the women's side. Going to our second most fan base, Oceania.
This is harder than you think. This is harder than you think.
Ricky Garrard or Jay Crouch?
No shit. Jay is peaking.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Ryan. I'm pretty sure Jay has won every year that him and Ricky have been in it together. I don't think Ricky's beaten him.
Semifinals?
Yeah.
There's only 2 years of it. So,
but I'm pretty sure Jay has.
I can't remember 21. 22 definitely.
I'm pretty sure Jay has won both years.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I'm still going with Ricky. I'm not picking against Ricky.
What was the story about Ricky, and was it a moped or something?
When
you guys see? Yeah, you got hit or something.
Yeah, he got hit by he got hit by a car like this month.
Yeah.
Can you just be in a bubble, Ricky? Stay home.
That's exactly what Kotler said. If you listen to Peter's show,
Pedro.
Yeah. They went over this
at a press conference.
Coaching time, man. I'm
and Ricky.
It's hard for me to get.
It's okay. I caught it on the way home from the gym.
Yeah, share it, Tyler, for those who don't know.
Yeah, all I know is that Ricky is he is impeccable inside of the gym and a dunce outside of the gym. He is going to get hurt somewhere outside, like not related to fitness. Evidently, he's like he stepped in a pothole or something, and he thought he hurt his ankle. Hopper. Yeah, well, Hopper also did that, but he just like finds situations in which he could get hurt, and then he gets hit by a car. I don't know that it was very who gets hit by a car.
Yeah, I don't think it was super serious. I think he was like maybe on a moped or something. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
I watched he put a vlog out, and it's clickbait title like I almost missed the game or missed quarterfinals or semifinals again.
He should have said it. He just should have. This title should have been I got hit by a car.
Yeah. So I listened to it quickly, so I didn't catch all of it, but definitely caught that he was out. I'm going to go with Jay Crouch on this one. I was very impressed by what he did last year. I think he's figured something out in the last 12 months. I think, and I don't think Ricky, I'm not going to say he doesn't care about semifinals, but that's not his ultimate goal. I don't think Jay's ready to win the games. Ricky is, and if Ricky's going to prioritize anything, it's the games.
I can see that. Good.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Jay Crouch too. I think the thing about this is I think Jay will come second in anything that he doesn't win, and Ricky might win. That's a good one. Ricky might win more events, but he'll have one event where he comes 5th. And then that will be all it takes for Jay to beat him in the standings, where Jay will be 1st or 2nd in everything. Yep. And then Ricky might have 3 firsts, but then like a 2nd and a 3rd and a 5th. And then at the games, he will still have 3 firsts, a 2nd, a 3rd, and a 5th. And Jay will be, 8th in all of those things. So like that's where the difference is, because there's not anybody better. right? It's them two. So one event is going to dock Ricky a little bit, kind of like what happened to Guy in South America, but to a way lesser extent, obviously. So I think that's what's happening last 2 years, and I'm gonna rock with it too. Jay doesn't have very many holes at all. He's a consistent guy. I'm gonna say Jay.
Tyler, you agree? No, Ricky. Ricky.
I agree with what John is saying, but I'm still pulling for Ricky. He's
a
killer. At the end of the day, he's a gamer. He is on game day.
Listen, Tyler picks with his heart, and he's not right very often. But when he is right, man, it must feel much better than when I'm right or you're right. I feel like when Tyler's right, it has to hit so good.
It feels good. He has a few weeks to go run the numbers through his computer and change.
Yeah, I haven't done any of that. I haven't built the machine yet.
It's like he sees the computer, but he picks with his heart. Barkley's the computer guy that just lives and dies by that computer.
All right, North America West. Colton Mertens or Bill Leahy?
Well, I love this one. I love
it.
Especially with Colton putting out the video on Instagram.
Because
Billy boy.
I don't think people understand how good Will Leahy is.
Oh,
Will Leahy can do some freaky stuff.
Where's Taylor? Get Taylor on the line. Let's ask him how good.
In saying that, here, I bet you this. I listen, I'm not saying Taylor's not going to make it. I think Taylor is going to make it. I think Bill Leahy finishes higher than Taylor.
Well, I mean, they're in different regions, but do you
put
think
their scores together? I bet Bill Leahy ends up higher. In saying that, y'all need to respect Mr. Leahy. He's going to go to the games this year. I would pick Colton. I'm not going to bet against Colton.
That's a big lead up to go back with Colton. Tyler?
I saw a different side of Colton at quarterfinals.
A cocky side?
No.
A non-cocky side?
Going into the last event, it was like he was in last, and like it looked like he was going to do well in that event, but it didn't look like he was going to do that well. But he had to win that last event, and he just put his head down and went, man. And I don't want to bet against Colton anymore. He just
welcome to the club, man. I've been not betting against him for like 2 years.
He has you know how I'm like Ricky's a game day athlete. Colton's like that, but he has like something a little bit more special, which is like beat him at crash.
Yeah, he didn't do very good at crash.
Who did? Leahy?
Yeah.
Did he mess up his pegboard?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Sprague beat him. Jack Rosema was third place. He beat him. Like Leahy just didn't do very good.
I'll say this. I'll pick Colton. I believe in Harvey Dent. I believe in Bill Leahy. I just need to see it, I guess. I'm on what do you usually say, John? I just gotta see it first.
Yeah,
you gotta show me first. I think I'm with John on that one.
Yeah,
that's fair. It's also fair to say he has not done it in live competition where anything matters. We've seen Colton come clutch and just murder people in live competition.
Right. I'm going with Colton all day. I think Bill can still qualify. I just don't think it's Colton has the experience under competition. He's shown he can do it. Bill has to prove it on the competition floor, and hopefully we get the chance to see that.
I have heard that like 5 of the 7 events in semifinals are very grip oriented.
You've heard that?
Yeah, like a lot of grip comes into play in 5 of the 7 events. So I have heard that.
Okay.
Did you Binks tell you that?
Good
luck.
Good luck, Colton. Better be working that grip, brother.
Man, ouch. All right.
I just picked him. I'm just telling him.
I know. It's rough. Europe. Koski or the field?
Field.
Great question. I am going to go with Koski.
He's the only male to win the Open and quarterfinals
ever
in the last 4
Well,
years.
Did Jeff come close?
He got close. I think he got second. I think
He didn't
in
win
quarterfinals.
quarterfinals. Yeah. I think Koski's a cut above right now. I think he's established himself in the European field. He's a cut above everybody.
We need to integrate Heidi somehow into Heat 1. It's just Heidi's bets.
Yes, Heidi. I will go bald. It's gonna happen. Probably in the next 5 years.
Embrace it, dude.
Help it.
I went early. I don't regret it. I'm going with the field. There's just too many guys. There's too many unknowns to pick just him. I do like Koski, but like last year, he didn't look that great. He didn't look bad. He just didn't look great. And I mean, what's going on with Lazar?
He got penalized. He would have been right up there.
So it's BS. Yeah, Lazar's in that field. No, I'm going with the field.
John?
I said Koski. I think Koski's a cut above everybody else in the Europe region, and I just don't think what's going to stop him. Like, I don't see anything stopping him. And like Lazar, a lot of his strengths are Koski's strengths. You know,
you think about like last year was the max snatch in semifinals, so they probably don't repeat that. Like that's the one weakness.
You have Lazar and BKG. It's not like you have a Jeff Adler there to like, oh, he's going to be 18 spots ahead of me. No, they're all kind of in the same strength sphere.
That's true. I'm going to go with the field. I want to say it's Koski, but I just have a feeling
that's a hard bet.
It's a very tough one. I just it's hard to take one person, I guess, is on that.
What's the point spread on that?
Between first and on that?
No, between Koski and the field. Like if you get Koski right, how many points do you get out of like we want this to be around 100 somewhere?
I think it's like 95 the field, 105 Koski.
Oh, I think like
you think it's that close?
I think it's 185 Koski and then 15 the field because I need to win one of these.
I think Koski's worth.
I'd say like 120-80.
Yeah, that's fair. I was going to say 130-70, so that's around about the same thing. Bigger spread, but
back to the North America East. Hopper or Pepper?
Hopper.
Whoa!
Jumped the ship.
Listen, I didn't jump any ship. Semifinals is Jason Hopper programming. Semifinals has routinely been great for Jason Hopper.
In the Bosman era.
He won quarterfinals at Crash.
I picked Jason Hopper.
And he won that gymnastics event, right?
He's second. Taylor won
that gymnastics, but he beat Dallin, and he looked good.
Yeah.
And he held together during the burpee.
By a lot. Beat down by a lot. Beat down by a lot in the burpee workout.
Yeah. Dude. That's a big dude.
Not just beat him, but like beat him.
I'll say this. I think Dallin is like I think he might be the second coming of Rich Froning. Like
Whoa.
You're talking about me jumping the ship. This man is Hopper's #1 fan, and then he just called Dallin.
I think I'm still voting for Hopper, but it's coming.
I remember back, it was probably one of the first shows we got. I think that maybe the three of us did with Savon. It probably was last year's semifinals, and we talked about Hopper and Pepper and who had the higher ceiling. I was the only one that said Dallin.
Uh-huh.
And you guys were like Hopper all day long. He's going to win the game.
We're talking about
said that.
Ceiling.
I never said that. Don't
We're
put
talking
Tyler
about
and me in the
ceiling.
same breath.
We are the same person, John. We're the same athlete with merged. Yeah, I think Hopper has a higher ceiling. I really do.
Yeah, you just said that Pepper could be the next Froning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it takes more than ceiling. Ceiling is something you can work towards.
Hold on. Do you think Hopper's ceiling is better than Rich Froning?
Yes. Yeah.
Actually, it's Frazier.
Well, then
Hopper is Frazier.
You are on more than crack, my friend.
He has the ability. Whether he will ever achieve it, I don't know.
I don't think he has the ability to be.
Pepper has a work ethic that rivals Colton's. And that's what made me nervous about him, because I put him near Hopper's abilities. He's less than Hopper, but near his abilities, but his work ethic is near Colton's. And that's scary.
I'm trying to think of a guy that I would say Hopper's ceiling would be like this guy. I'm trying to like think of a name, but it's not Rich Froning. No, like here's the thing: Hopper's not like no holes, like just stay steady the whole time. He's a home run hitter through and through, kind of like Khalifa, but he's better than Khalifa.
We're talking about maxing out his NCAA. Like if you're building a player, you're taking his natural abilities all the way to
like I thought of Vellner, but like it's not the same.
You don't think he's Vellner? He's better than Vellner? Ceiling wise. Ceiling.
That's second at the games.
No. Okay. I think his ceiling is Fikowski, who also got second at the games. But like how Fikowski, peak Fikowski, the fittest version of Fikowski you want to say, whatever year you want to pick. I think Hopper's ceiling is that.
I think he's better. Even if I'm full of shit, he's definitely better than Fikowski.
Now?
Period.
Ever their careers?
When has he ever been better than
he hasn't been yet, but he will be.
22 when Fikowski.
His ceiling is higher than Fikowski's. His achievable, like whether we talk about maxing his player stats or not, he will be better than Fikowski ever was. Mark it down. Mark it down. Make a friggin' shirt.
You spent too much time in South Carolina.
I think you're disrespecting Brent Fikowski a lot right now.
No, I respect Brent, but
Brent Fikowski might be in like the top 6 CrossFitters of all time.
If I say that Brent is better than Hopper, and I said Fikowski wasn't going to make it to the games last year, you know you're crazy, Tyler.
So okay, here. How about this? I say Hopper's ceiling is the fittest version of Brent Fikowski. His ceiling, the fittest he can ever get. Maybe he can get fitter than that, and you're right, Tyler. He definitely ain't not Rich Froning. And if Jason's listening to this, I'm sorry, bro. You're not Rich Froning. And I don't even like Rich Froning. So, like, take that for what it's worth. Not as a person, Rich. You're great as a person. Anyway, I think Dallin's ceiling is Vellner.
You don't think he's better than Vellner?
I think his ceiling's better than Vellner's.
No. So I'll put it like this. I think his ceiling is Vellner without mistake.
That's all CrossFit Games champs, I think.
No, I think Fergie is correct in the past. I think as we move in the future, that's not going to be true anymore.
Because
oh boy,
oh man,
we need a sound for when the unknown comes in. We need a special button.
The unknown. Good show, guys. By the way, Spin's video review solution, while imperfect, is a solid and relatively simple answer to a complex problem, which essentially guarantees CrossFit will never do it. You're welcome.
Great.
That was well worth $100. Thank you, Unknown.
I did.
What do you think Dallin's ceiling is? Because I think Dallin's ceiling is Vellner if Vellner was 20th in the swim, which might win the games in the Justin Medeiros era. Might have won the games.
So you think Dallin will win the games once?
So it depends who else is there. I'm saying Vellner 20th in the swim might have beaten Justin Medeiros. There's a few.
It's like 3.
You want to say you're the fittest guy under 5'8"? Because you're not. That belongs to Matt Fraser. Sorry.
How tall was Frazier?
5'6".
5'2".
He's
5'6".
5'6". Yeah. He's pretty rough.
He might be shorter than that.
With shoes on. Do you think his ceiling is higher than that, Brian? Really? Because I think I'm being like
Dallin?
Yeah.
Yes. I think he's
ceiling then.
I think he is when in the next 5 years, I think he's one of the guys that fights for the podium the whole time and could win it.
That's what Vellner is.
Do you think Dallin will win the games?
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm saying if Vellner was 20th in the swim, that he would have won the games. But
he showed he couldn't
by the slimmest of margin. Yeah, I'm saying he's Vellner. Vellner 20th in the swim.
Hopper equals Pippen at best. He is not Rodman. Rodman's like Taylor or
oh god.
I'm trying to think. Friggin' Danielle Brandon might be Rodman.
Yeah. I just think that Dallin has.
So wait, like Ben Smith?
As Dallin?
Yeah.
No.
Because I think Vellner's fitter than Ben Smith.
I think in the next 5 years, Dallin has at least one championship.
I think peak Vellner is fitter than any version of Rich Froning, but he just didn't win.
We got cat problems over here.
Rodman equals Taylor comparison is legit. All right, last one. North America West, Alex Gazan or Ariel Lowen?
I've been hating on her all year. I'm not going to stop now. Alex Gazan is going to win North America West. No offense to Ariel. I feel like I'm so low on Ariel compared to everybody else. I really just think I'm being realistic, and y'all have her hyped up way too high. This is akin to Danielle Brandon last year. Y'all were so high on Danielle Brandon. I'm like, guys, she's not what you like. She's not like that. And
so it was a fluke.
Yes.
Last year, 3rd place.
Yes.
Like Danielle's 4th place 2 years ago.
Yep. Like that was the best that she could have asked for, a set of events, along with Tia not being there. A series of events led to her getting 3rd place, and she worked freaking hard. She's awesome, right? I mean, she's probably like the 5th fittest woman in the world. With those things equals 3rd place. That's how I feel. Danielle Brandon, same scenario. A perfect set of events led up to that point. I don't think that she'll ever get to that high again. Either one of those two.
I don't think the events last year were like a slam dunk for Ariel, though. Like if you just put it on paper and said that was 2 years ago.
Who programmed semifinals this year? You think?
Boz.
You think Boz does?
Dave's input, sure.
But it seemed like Boz was more involved with the quarterfinals, Dave less. So I'm gonna hope that they continue that trend. And if that is the case, I'm going with Ariel Lowen. I think Gazan survives better in a Dave style format. I think they're neck and neck. They're really
last
close.
year, though, Tyler.
Yeah, last year was Boz. Yeah,
and Gazan won.
I think it'll be close. I think those two are going to be neck and neck all throughout.
Yeah,
I think it'll come down to whether it's hard to say because, like, even in gymnastics, it's not like either of them could pretty much win. Most, depending on how it kind of shakes out.
Sure.
I want to go with Ariel. Alex had a back injury. What was it? A few weeks ago. Again, Kotler brought that up on Pedro's video press conference thing he released this afternoon. If that's the case, and she's still getting back into it, like the focus isn't winning it. So maybe she backs off a little bit and just happy with taking 2nd.
John disagrees.
Well, their bench press isn't going to be back in the semifinals again, John. So
you don't know
you were wrong about that prediction, weren't you?
Wasn't in quarters, so it has to be in semis for sure.
It's true. It's coming.
That's right.
I hope they're listening.
Craig
and one of
Richards
them puts it in the games.
is low on the BKG of women. No home runs, no big holes, but very consistent.
Yeah, I would I like that comparison.
Sure.
And like I think that comparison, that type of athlete, if the other athletes make mistakes, those athletes rise. And what's BKG's best placement ever? 3rd place. But you're never going to get past the people who are legit just fitter than everybody.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that this isn't, again, who has I mean, like our last discussion on Hopper and Pepper, highest ceiling is just the semifinals, but I'm still going with Ariel. Well, there you go. That's the last one. I don't have anything else. Tyler, when are we going to find out Heat 1? I know you said that Adam was working on the back end programming it.
Yeah,
we're
trying
to
to
have some information.
We're flipping as fast as we can because we got 2 weeks, 3 weeks. We really got 2 weeks before we need to let people. I would expect something at the very latest, late next week. We're trying to get it out early next week.
And the winner from GoWad, the prize purse this for semifinals is
5. Well,
so
is
this changing?
We have a $5,000. So we have a $5,000 cash prize pool.
Purse. Okay.
Yeah. We're gonna give it out over. We're still negotiating exactly how we want the semifinals to do we want them to play with each other, or do you just want to do one them separate? I think we're leaning the separate route, in which case each week there will be a prize purse. North America will have the highest prize purses. Also 2 tickets to the games.
Oh, wow.
Whoa, that's a big one.
So we will be able to pay for somebody to go to the games.
I want to win.
They're really good seats too.
I know Spin will take care of me, but my wife, I don't know how she's going to get there because all the tickets are sold out. So
yeah, better win Heat 1 then.
Direction. Yeah, so we're really excited about that. Probably somewhere around $2,000 for North America and 2 tickets to the games, first class.
Nice.
That's not a real thing, but
nice. John, what's your preparation between now and tomorrow for the Robin workout? Which, if you can explain what's going on with Robin.
I forgot I was doing that. That's tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah, what's going on with that?
What time is that?
10:30, I think. 10:30
a.m.
Central. Yeah,
the only time I can do it.
I don't.
So what are you doing?
So that's good.
Nothing, man. I think I'm gonna go eat and go to sleep. I might bike. We'll figure it out. I might bike here in a minute. But and then go to sleep, and then I coach at 6, and I end at 10, and I'll start warming up.
So yeah, you are going to be live on Savon's podcast, doing a workout program by Hiller, right? Named Robin.
I personally think that this workout is harder than Batman.
And if
Robin would say that too.
Well, here's the thing. And listen, Hiller will agree with me on this. You can ask him. Like the Batman, I agree, is like an elite workout. If you can do it, you're pretty elite. But I think more people will be able to do the Batman than Robin. I think this workout, very few people will be able to do. And even
these are all such Robin statements.
Even games athletes, I think might struggle to do this. Most should be able to do it, but like it's just a lot of things that like not a lot of people can do.
Is it more flashy than the Batman? Because I think Robin's sort of flashy and the Batman's not so flashy.
I think Batman's very flashy.
No. Robin's all pizzazz.
I think the Batman is more flashy. It should be the standard, like if you want a fun workout. I think Robin is more of like a bro workout. Like, hey, let's see who can do this, and then winner is top dog.
Flamboyant is a good word. It is a good replacement word. Wrong. What's wrong?
I think John's analysis of the workout.
You think more people can do Robin than Batman Hiller?
That's not true.
He's already said that he can't do it.
I really need him to respond.
So you'll be going on 8:30 Pacific, 10:30 Central. Find out the workout at that point. Or you know it, but the rest of us will find out. And then depending on how well you do, Sarah Cox, CA peptides. Damn it, Johnny gets a new TV.
If I'm able to do it.
What are the odds? If we were put this in Heat 1, what are the odds that John Young is able to do this workout?
To do it, I'm going with like 80%. 85%.
Yeah, I would say 80%. I would have to
I'm wondering later in the workout. I'm wondering later in the workout what's going to happen because I have been made aware, and it is a scary workout to me.
You know what it is?
You told me.
Oh yeah.
Dummy.
So if you, and I have no idea what it is. So if you, before doing the 100 bar facing burpees for time, under 5 minutes, or doing this Robin workout, which one would you say you had better chance of achieving?
Robin all day. I had no idea if I could do those burpees. And I'll be honest, I said a little prayer before I started that. I was like, oh, God, please help me because I don't know if this is gonna happen. And like the burpees, like I knew I would be close. Like if I blew up, I'd still end up with like 5:15 or something. It would be close to it. I just have to send it and sell my soul and see what happens. But not a lot of me thought like it was gonna happen, but yeah, it all worked out great. And this one, I'll be able to do it. If I blow up, it's just gonna take me a while. Does that make sense? Like I'll have to sit down. No, Chase. I think I'm the only one in the chat that can do it. Taylor probably can. Taylor probably definitely can, but like he might have to rest a little bit.
That one part is so. I can't wait for everybody to see it. It's so weird.
And that's the thing. Like, I don't know how many people can do that part.
Right? I don't know what that feels like. I don't know how to
I know I'm extremely good at that part, but like compared to games people,
Colton could do it.
Not all the people can do that. You know what I mean? Because you have to be really good at that to do it. I think Colton can do it. Yeah.
Yeah, Colton can do it.
All right. Well, it's past our cutoff time.
I'm going on the Glinton Things podcast tomorrow at 5:05 Eastern time. So
tomorrow afternoon. Nice. Well, there you go, guys. The system's broken apparently. I put out a solution that was feasible according to the unknown. I appreciate the unknown. He can stop by anytime.
Thank you.
And yeah, good luck, John, tomorrow morning.
Thank you.
And we'll see you guys next week.